All right, guys, welcome to On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls. I've got Dan Hall here with me this evening. And what we want to do is we basically want to just do a recap of our Archery Launch Week. Last week was our first week live on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and about 15 other different networks. So we had Jeremy Jarrett on at the beginning of the week. I think that interview went awesome to start out with.
Absolutely. Yep. It went well. He gave a lot of good information, good knowledge. It was nice to pick his brain on some subjects there.
Yeah, definitely. You're lagging a little bit there, Dan. You're in and out on a couple different things.
Oh, okay.
But should be good. So, yeah, so we had Jeremy Jarrett there at the beginning of the week, and then we had, let's see, the second night, who'd we have? I've done forgotten.
Well, we had Laney. We had two episodes with Laney.
Yeah, we had the two episodes with Laney that we posted. Then we had Jeremy Jarrett. Then we had Rusty Reed.
Yeah, Rusty Reed, president
of the West Virginia Bow Hunter Association. Yeah, we had him on there.
Yep. He was fun to talk to. We missed out on some good stuff because we talked a lot in the intermissions there, but very knowledgeable man.
Yeah, we had some good talking points there. There's a lot of things that the West Virginia Bow Hunter Association does that I didn't know they'd done, and different things
absolutely.
like that. They do a lot of things in the background on the legal side of things. And
speaking of Laney, she scored pretty good opening weekend.
I know, man.
Gave her a nice one.
She did. Her and Shelly. Her and Shelly both.
Yeah, Shelly. Yep.
Had all.
Yeah, they both scored. Yes, they did. I've seen quite a few pretty decent ones hit the ground this weekend and through this week so far.
Yeah, I've seen a pretty good bit. More than what I expected right now this early. I mean, temperatures are just starting to get cold now. Yeah. So these deer
I would agree with that.
These deer are just now starting to move. So
that and I think a lot, they're now kind of starting to break up from each other. The bucks are starting to get away from each other and starting to run their territory and the fighting. I've seen a couple do a little sparring. So they're getting to that point where it's going to be on.
Yeah. You were lagging pretty bad there. I think you got cut out 2 or 3 times.
Oh, shoot.
So one thing that we found out while we've been doing this is, of course, we've done about 3 months of testing before we went live on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but, we still keep having issues with lagging and different things like that with connection. I have perfect connection where I'm at. Dan has perfect connection where he's at. And we still keep getting issues with lagging and stuff like that. So later on, we plan to do more recording to a device instead of online and via the web and links. But, we're just starting out. We have to grow ourselves, and we have to get to that point, where we plan on purchasing a Zoom P8. That way that a mixer will help us out with the things that we want to do. And we have the equipment now. Curve. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was just saying it's a learning curve. We're having a good time with it, but we can get better.
Yeah, and we're going to. The things that we have now are upgradable, so that's the good thing. We bought very good equipment starting out. We didn't scamp, and it allows us to upgrade to bigger and better things. So we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be back with Dan Hall and the recap from our Archery Launch Week. This segment of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by AMG Network Hosting, LLC, a national independent agent for most major telecommunication service providers. If your business is in need of internet, phones, credit card processing, let AMG Hosting help you compare options. They work with over 100 national carriers and they can help you choose the best option for your needs. Our independence means we are loyal to our customers, not a brand or a company. Call us today at 304-608-3653 or visit us at amgnhconsulting.com. amgnhconsulting.com. Phone number again is 304-608-3653. AMG Network Hosting, LLC. All right, guys, we're back here on the limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls. Got Dan Hall here with me this evening. We're just continuing to do a little Archery Launch Week Recap that we done last week. We during the break there, we were talking about maybe switching from the company that we use currently to do our videos and calls and all that stuff. We've been playing around with Zoom a pretty good bit, and
yeah, seems like it's working pretty well.
Yeah, it seems like Zoom is pretty good when it comes to this stuff. I mean, I've used Zoom for meetings and stuff like that, but I've not used it for a podcast. So,
right.
It's pretty bad when you can't get a podcast company to give you podcasting materials and equipment.
or responses to what issues we're having.
Yeah, well, I have had some responses, but they told us they fixed it and it's not happening. So,
right.
But hopefully they can get that fixed, or we're going to find something that will work
better.
Yep. I mean, that's just the way it is. We've got some, things lined up through some different people, and we can't be going through these issues.
No.
We've got some good things in the works, and just spoke with a gentleman today about talking about some of the different legislation in West Virginia that's got passed, for the outdoorsmen.
Right.
And, different things that they fight for. This guy's an avid outdoorsman, and he referred to himself as an environmentalist, not one that you would call like a tree hugger or something like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, really, all outdoorsmen are environmentalists in a sense.
Yeah, we're wanting to take care of this property and take care of this land that is ours, and our tax money allows us the means to go and hunt and do these things on public property and stuff like that. So
sure.
And we have to take care of the wildlife and all that good stuff. So, and the habitat. But we also have a couple other people that we've been talking to prior to our launch week. I've got a book that I'm reading now that's it's a deer stand devotional, and it is a really good book. I want to get through. I want to get through the book completely before we have the author on. But the author used to live in West Virginia, which is kind of cool. And he lives in Ohio right now, but he served in the military. He was in Germany for a while.
Nice.
And he's going to be coming on the show, hopefully, to tell us about his inspiration for the book and all those things. I know a little bit of background for that, but
yeah,
I'm not going to go into that and ruin that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
back to our launch week. Just about everybody we talked to that week, they had safety in mind. Everybody really looked at the lifeline system.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That I was the same situation. I was always, I don't need that. I'm fine. I'm safe until you need it.
Well,
and
you know what?
I purchased that lifeline several years back now. It may have been the kids that I had, that may have caused me, hey, need to be a little bit more safer, be a little bit more wiser, be smarter, come home to them. But ever since I purchased that, that's been one of the greatest investments I've made.
Yeah. Dan, I have hunted out of a tree stand tons of times. And the only time that I ever used a lifeline, or as we call it, hunter safety vest, is the time that I hunted out of your tree stand on your property.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. No,
other than that, I have never wore one. And then, that's one reason why I stopped hunting from a tree stand. I basically hunt from the ground now.
Yeah. That one was that tree stand that already had one set up for it though, didn't it? That's why you used it.
No, I think I used the one that you gave me, because I put it on before I went up.
Okay. Yep. That's right. One of my spares there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. I've been the same way. I never needed it. I'd climb 35, 45, 50 feet in the air. Never bothered me. But it's like now, it's like, yeah, maybe I ought to throw this thing on, have a little bit of safety involved with it.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. I had never done it until then. And that's one reason why I hunt out of just on the ground now. But
right.
It's kind of one of those things you don't want to put on and you don't want to have to worry about, and it just becomes a thing to get in the way. But when you think about the outcome of it, it's right. It's big. I mean, you're talking about your family there and your kids not being able to see you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna try the whole blind thing this year. The kids and them got me a blind for Christmas, so hopefully I get to try that out this year. That'll be and be something I've never really got to hunt out of a blind yet. So
that's me. I've hunted out of blinds. I've done that, and I've hunted out of them hunting shacks and things like that. The ones that are on towers, we've hunted on those.
Oh yeah.
But most of the ones is just like a little hunting shack, like an outbuilding,
Yep. Hopefully I can get one of those set up on the new property within the next couple of years.
Yeah. So that's some good news. You got some property that you're getting ready to acquire here soon.
Yep, I close on it Friday actually. So
man, that's gonna be sweet. I know that's one thing that I've always wanted to, invest in, but when you've got kids and you got different things going on, it's hard to do that. But this day and time, we're running out of places to hunt, man. I mean,
absolutely.
These public hunting areas are like war zones sometimes, and we brought that up during the Archery Launch Week when we was talking about some different things.
Yeah, we did talking about people disrespecting it, running their 4-wheelers, running bait piles. Yeah. And thinking they have the rights to do that, like they own it, like it's their property. Well, it's not. Yeah. Everybody has the option.
And that's one of the reasons why we don't have the property to hunt on like we used to, is because people won't give you their permission, because the people out there torn things up.
Absolutely. Yep. Disrespect somebody else's land.
I was going back and looking at Tree Stand Falls, and it says nationwide, more hunters are injured from Tree Stand Falls than from firearms every year.
Oh, I buy it. I believe that. Absolutely.
And many of the tree stand accidents go unreported.
Sure.
That was the thing put out by Oklahoma, Outdoor Oklahoma, on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, I was looking, as we was talking about it, actually, I was looking up to see. I mean, I know our season just started here in West Virginia, but usually it's posted pretty quick if there's been an accident involving tree stand or harness systems, but I haven't seen anything yet. So maybe this year's off to a good start so far.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's like you said, about every guest that we had, they mentioned it, and we didn't even have to bring it up. So
right. Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things that needs to have more attention and, needs to be talked about more.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back on the limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls.
This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Top Down Construction, a local construction company located in Hurricane, West Virginia. A veteran-owned and operated construction company ready to tackle any project. With over 25 years of experience in the industry, they offer a wealth of knowledge from design to completion. Contact them today at 304-415-2203 and let them make your dream a reality. You can also check them out on their Facebook page or call them today at 304-415-2203.
All right, guys, we're back on the limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls. So we have about 8 minutes left. We're trying to test this Zoom thing out, and we thought maybe if you stop your video instead of pausing it, then it wouldn't count your time down, but
we was wrong.
So I want to talk a little bit about Apparition Scents real quick.
Yeah.
Apparition Scents Inferno. That's one of their certified estresses. The gentleman that I was talking to today, we were talking about CWD. This company's based out of Pennsylvania. I believe they're trying to outlaw even natural and certified estrus or doe urine.
Yeah, synthetics. Yeah,
synthetics. And but this stuff here that Apparition Scents offers, it's a game changer.
Absolutely.
There's been several bucks on our team killed with it. Well, not with it, but while using it. And Dan, you've used it. You've had success seeing things, just wasn't able to close,
Yep.
Close
I've done the mock scrapes, with the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And all that. And I've had cameras on it. I've seen the deer come in. I was never in the area the day they was rechecking that scrape set.
Yeah.
So, but the blind date, I've used the blind date, the doe estrus. It's potent. I will say that. Don't spill it. You don't want to spill that on yourself. It's
definitely
potent.
Their masking scents are developed from all natural earth minerals. The attractants they contain 100% of pure white-tailed deer urine collected from free-roaming deer.
Yep.
They're living on an exceptionally good farm that provides excellent natural habitat.
Oh yeah. I think talking about the cover scents and that Phantom Hunter.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Wow. That's one of the best ones I've ever used. I mean, I have literally, I spray my boots down. I'll spray myself down with it when I walk in.
Yeah.
And I've watched coyotes, I've watched dogs, deer, everything walk the exact same path that I walked into a stand.
Yeah.
And they never picked up my scent.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. I mean, there's so many different scent eliminators out there on the market.
Sure. Absolutely.
But they've developed one that's, comparable to some of the best known ones on the market.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's an affordable price. It's not outrageous. You get a 16-ounce spray bottle for $9.99.
Yep. I'm excited to actually to try their new body wash, their new laundry detergent this year. I'm gonna get me some of that for sure before I really get into it hot and heavy.
Yeah. No, I was talking to Dave there, the owner of the company, a couple of weeks. Well, it was last week, and I have to do some changing around things on their website to make those products a little more accessible for them to see. So
yes.
They sell a good bit of them, but it's a little hard for people to find now. So we're going to actually add them to their homepage. So
nice. Yeah, that'll work good.
So we got these temperatures dropping. We got hunting season starting. You know what comes with fall? All them fall foods.
Oh yeah.
Chilies and soups and, all kinds of crock pot stuff.
Absolutely.
Well, you've been cooking up good there, Big Dan.
I did. I I went and seen old Stale Cracker the other day, up here in Illinois. He was doing a meet and greet.
Oh my gosh. I tell you, I love his stuff.
Absolutely. So, which I've had some of it, I've used the Cajun 2-step regular, the Cajun 2-step fire.
Yeah.
I got back to the camper here and, I wanted a roast. I pulled one of my roasts out of the freezer from my beef. I threw it in a crock pot and I made that, Mississippi roast with peppercino peppers, au jus powder, ranch powder. And I got the idea. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw some of that 2-step on there. I laid in on that 2-step. Then I got some of the gator drool. I've been trying to get a hold of that.
Oh man, drool. I want to try that so bad.
I can bring some back when I come in. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try that on this roast. It's supposed to be a fairly spicy like roast. So I put that Cajun 2-step fire on there and I put that gator drool. That was probably the best roast I have ever made in my life.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. That gator drool has a little bit of heat to it. It's good.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of something you'd see sitting on the table in a Mexican restaurant.
It does. It does. Yeah. It's got the green tint. It's a jalapeno base, but for a jalapeno base, it's got some good heat, in flavor. It's got robust flavor.
I have put the regular Cajun 2-step in my chili.
Oh yeah.
You're going to think this is crazy, but I used to use seasoned salt. But now I use the Cajun 2-step and I put it on my Totino's pizzas.
Oh yeah. I literally, you may get a cracker right now. I'll put that on a cracker.
Put that on a cracker, dude.
That's right. that Cajun 2-step he done good.
Yeah.
He got it right.
Yep, he sure did. He's got some good products out there, and all those products are available at your local Walmarts. If you go and check them out, you can get them there.
Yep.
So, but yeah, back to Apparition Scents. They've got their pre-rut packs for $40, and that comes with your Undertaker, Scrape Starter, the Dead Red, and the Nightmare. You definitely want to use the Nightmare in conjunction with the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've done a video on that, on how to do those scrapes and stuff on I believe it's on our YouTube page, but we've posted it all over Facebook. It's got over 6,000 views, I think.
We still have a link to it on our page, right?
Yeah, we can post a link after this along with this video. But
yeah. It's easy. Well, it's kind of self-explanatory. Get your licking branch. You always want that licking branch. Put that Undertaker on the ground. Kick a dirt around. Throw that in there.
Yeah.
And use that Nightmare.
Yeah, definitely.
It's guaranteed to bring something in. They'll check it.
Oh yeah, they do. Well, we've got about a minute left, so they're going to kick us off until we upgrade here. So yeah, I think we're gonna end up investing in some Zoom subscriptions. So
yeah,
we'll continue to use
a good transition.
2 different ones there for a while until we figure out the best thing to do, until we get up and running with our Zoom P4 or P8, whatever that is. The P4 is the smaller one, the P8's the bigger mixer. So
Right.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. We just wanted to get on here and do an archery recap for our launch week last week. We had a great week. We reached over 50-some cities within the U.S., and we reached 3 countries. And I think reaching those 3 countries goes out to Jeremy Jarrett from where he just come back from Italy. So we'll holler at you later.
This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Apparition Scents, an outdoor and sporting goods company based in Dilliner, Pennsylvania. All of their scents developed and hand-bottled with strict attention being paid to every detail. Contact them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com. 100% lethal or your money back guaranteed. Get a hold of them today at 724-998-7646 or check them out at apparitionscents.com.